Hey guys, welcome back. Last time you might have remembered, we found pants and Atten was disappointed.
As every good Han Solo character is.
And now I'm blowing up mines with the power of my mind.
Mines with your mind? Ooh.
Yep. Because that's another use of the disabled droid powers, you can blow up mines. So I believe the goal is we're going to sneak past all the droids, even though it's going to take forever.
So bear with us. We're going to get through it. We can do it.
And then have all the droids kill each other when we're done.
Yeah. Having someone else do our work for us. I'm assuming if you like run into a droid, it'll catch you, right?
No.
What?
Our stealth and dex is pretty high, and their passive perception is super low.
So you could literally walk right into one, and it would just be like, huh.
I just did. Watch. Burp.
Wow.
Hey, stop that, ghost.
Now I'm going to imagine all droids speaking in that voice.
Oh, so it's also going to turn on the shield. Because we're going to reach a part in here where it's going to be really hot. And this is a heat energy.
Yeah, because we're in the room.
Bop, bop, bop.
You cannot give me shit for that. You give so many worse jokes.
I have so many worse jokes planned.
Oh god. That worries me that you're like scripting them out and planning them ahead.
Okay, here's the part where it's all on fire.
You're gonna have like a pun run, aren't you?
No, I don't do puns.
Good. Or a dad joke run. That's what you're gonna have.
That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly.
Do you want to have this guy keep chiming in?
Sure.
You can handle yourself fine. I'm just looking out for my own skin. Out.
Aw, he really cares.
Oh, and not just about our boobs. It's weird to say our boobs.
Well. Okay. Hang on. Oh, okay. So if I move the camera all the shit, hang on, I'm dying. So if I move the mouse cursor all the way to the edge of the screen, it moves the screen.
Like your vision?
No, watch. It rotates the camera.
Yeah.
And I
Your
did
vision.
that while I was walking, and so the game was freaking out.
What are you doing?
So, sorry, there's going to be this annoying mouse cursor in the way. Because if I don't, it does that. Also, sorry, the sneaking is really slow.
Sorry, guys. I mean, is it really that much slower than stopping and killing all of them? Since
But-
you don't have your cool shock arm.
No, I don't. If T3 was here, he would just murder everything.
That's what he does best. He's a murder
You
droid.
see little T3, this little T3 utility R2-D2 shows up and then everything dies.
That's the best kind of droid. If he's on your side.
By the way, you said you liked the Clone Wars series, right?
I don't think I ever saw it.
So I saw a couple episodes of it last summer.
Maybe, I don't know. A lot
Okay.
of Star Wars stuff kind of blends together.
Okay, there's a scene where R2-D2 and another astromech droid get into a fight. Because they're astromech droids, all they can really do is bump into each other.
That's amazing!
Yep. Okay, so here's the computer. So this is a really cool, like, very Star Wars-y area.
It is very Star Warsy. It's almost like we're playing a Star Wars game.
Okay, call up droid command functions. So we can only do one. Add other droids to droid mining protocols. Cancel all droid mining functions on organics. Reassign droid mining protocols on sealed doors.
What about mining each other?
That's what we're going to do. Okay, the Scrambler effect will override all current commands on the droids. In addition to attacking you, they will also attack other droids. Do you wish to continue?
Yes, because can I just stand here while they kill each other?
Yes. Return to main functions. Now we need to access field containment functions and shut down the containment field so we can get out of here. However, this is a stupid thing. Because these containment fields went up in order to prevent all the heat from blowing it up. But see, now we're getting experience because they're fighting each other. Unfortunately, they're still fighting us.
Yeah. I thought you didn't have the cool shock arm
Oh,
thing.
that was disable droid.
Ah.
It takes a form of lightning because
Why not?
it just does.
Because lightning looks badass, that's why.
And I just leveled up again.
Woo-woo! Oh, damn it, I did it again! No!
Alright, leveling up. Skills. I'm gonna put treat injury.
Yeah, we could probably use that.
Feats. We get more feats.
I already have 2, though.
Now we're gonna have 2. Alright.
You...
So, finesse melee weapons means that we can use our dexterity on melee weapons, which means we'll hit better.
That's always good.
Yeah. Powers. Okay. We're not high enough for force deflection yet. Affect mind, so force body. God. Here's the problem. The dark side powers are like lightning and push. Let's take force push. But yeah, lightning, death, terror, and then the good force powers are heal, aura, run fast.
So not stuff that's good in a fight.
Right. Hey, at least we're not playing the West End Star Wars system. In that game, in that tabletop Star Wars role-playing game, the ability to send telepathic signals and the ability to receive telepathic signals were 2 different powers.
What? How do you... Of course you can just receive telepathic powers. Or messages.
Trust me, whatever you detected is probably my fault.
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
Can you override it?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
So, this is their... Unfortunately, because he just said that he'll keep the blast contained until we leave, this means that there's really no tension here.
It's just, go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Which
Hey
in this
guys,
case
you
is
get
getting
my
all the
friend's
experience.
ion grenade?
He's our best friend.
Oh, this is a repair droid. Alright.
Whoa.
Why does the repair droid explode like that?
Wow.
Okay, here's the way out. Now I am going to warn you, there is a very long conversation once we get through this doorway. We are going to, however, meet the genius evil mastermind behind everything. Do you want to do it and go a little bit long?
Let's do it.
Alright. First, a super fast cuts loading screen. Then we combat roll out of an explosion.
Because we're awesome. And we just barely made it in time.
And all of the animations in this game that are new to it are great.
Who's that?
That's the maintenance officer.
So the evil mastermind is what
But
I'm
he's
hearing.
dead.
Greeting.
Oh, he's it.
See you alive, Master. Provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, so there's a lot of options here.
How do you know me?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger.
So this whole conversation is really interesting.
Why is that?
Because it could have just been a big info dump. And it kind of is, but it's more interesting than just a big info dump. Who was your previous master? Or how did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Let's do that one.
Irritated us.
So,
Irritated. He has to say his emotion.
yeah, just, it's actually, there's a bunch of subtle differences between him and HK-47. For example, HK-47 would always just say something like, statement, answer. He didn't add emotional qualifiers to it. For a droid, you sure don't take answers too well. Now tell me what happens. The other thing is that he refers to organics as organics, not meatbags. Dead giveaway. And he's dull gray, not a fiery orange-red.
I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history.
But the reason why this conversation is interesting is because, let's face it, this guy was responsible for everything that's happened on the station. And he doesn't want you to know about it. But like all great villains, he's also super arrogant and is like wanting to brag about his brilliant schemes. So,
So he wants to brag, but he doesn't want you to know.
right.
So I'm guessing he's going to praise whoever figured this out. Be like, oh, they're so smart.
No, he's just going to be really bad at lying, and then you can catch him in the lies. And it's really funny, and it makes for what could have been a really dull conversation instead really interesting, because there's now this back and forth going on. See, look. It's possible you were incapacitated and locked. Incapacitated? Locked?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Interesting.
Drugged? What do you mean drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master.
Probably not. He really is bad at lying.
Yep.
Large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. Communicate only that you were somehow rendered
Juma juice is an alcoholic beverage in Star Wars.
securely in the cargo hold.
Oh, so now we were locked?
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Okay, how did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Recitation.
Also, did he just roll his R on that recitation?
He did.
Led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems. We were boarded by a small freighter.
By the way, the unusual set of coincidences. You see what I mean with the bad lying?
This freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Okay. Any idea what attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel.
But the other interesting thing about this conversation is that
The Harbinger
this droid,
on board
not HK-47, still doesn't have the full picture.
does seem
He
Really?
doesn't know who attacked the Harbinger.
has a high
Oh, so he's not just
attracting the attention of much
lying for the sake of lying,
No.
a welcome trait.
or for the sake of less things for him to keep track.
So why was the freighter on that... So what was the freighter the Harbinger brought aboard?
Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
There he goes again.
Clarification. By bounty, Master, it would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
And the Ebon Hawk came here.
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
What happened once the ship arrived?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable
So he is part of the HK series.
Mm.
But
I can see the family resemblance.
exclusive markets across
but the HK-47 was supposed to be a unique model.
I must confess to feelings of
Now there's
inferiority at the
a series.
difference between my
Lots happened in 5 years.
It doesn't seem like that's a very good idea.
I was forced to
Having
remind
more of them.
myself it was not due to a failure.
Like, who makes that? Who was like, yes, this is a thing I'm going to do?
You were a Jedi.
Well, there was a subplot in this game that explained that, and then it got cut for time. But it's back in the restored content mod! And it has one of the best lines that ever made it into this game. So how did these guys find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
I'm noticing a lot of, oh, my memory core isn't working, the
That-
databases.
But that information wouldn't have been in the Core War databases, only in the Jedi archives.
Exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
So what happened when we arrived?
Answer. All that has happened has been
but not a Jedi Master.
To do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
So then what happens?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance.
Oh yes, more improper maintenance.
These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in
They're so much more crude than you are.
the mortality rate
Yeah, a little bit arrogant. Just a little bit.
rose quickly.
So what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed
See, there he goes again, praising himself.
isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communication.
He seems to really like whoever is behind all this.
Systems.
Sadly enough, now what do you mean?
See, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer: I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Then I need to get in there and rescue them, or forget it then, I need to get into the hangar bay and get off this rock.
Do I need to get in there and rescue them?
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
We are trapped. Just like just... Damn it! I suck at lying. If I crawl through the mine tunnels to get here, there's likely to be other tunnels.
Theory: you could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
But we're such a good person, we need to help anyone if there's any remote possibility.
Warning, Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger.
Oh, he didn't like that.
I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Oh, that's a feisty one.
Well, but you just said I'm your master, so I'm going to give you an order to assist me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
So this just keeps getting better and better. Who's got the damn code?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console
He's really condescending.
Yes.
Calling me master.
is voice printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is maintenance control voice print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
So then how can I get him to speak the code?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
He might as well do an evil villain laugh right now.
Okay. So the goal here now is there is a like a little recorder thing that we can find, and then you're supposed to trick him into saying the voice the code with that guy's voice.
How the hell do you do that?
In case you can't notice, he's arrogant and really full of himself. So it's really easy to butter him up with compliments. And
Okay,
then
okay, I want to see this.
All right, we'll see it next time on Checkpoint.